With the changes in the market, there are detached homes in Surrey selling for close to $1 million. Real homes, real lots, not just fixer-uppers. Today, I'm breaking down the 3 best areas in Surrey with homes under $1.5 million and showing you exactly where that's possible. After 23 years working these streets, door knocking, helping buyers and sellers, and watching these communities grow, I can tell you the gap between what buyers think they can get and what's actually out there is wider than it's been in a long time. So let's break this down. West Cloverdale doesn't get the attention it deserves, and that's a good thing for you. The buyers who find their way here feel like they've stumbled upon a hidden gem. Now, I know when people that don't know the area here, Cloverdale, they often write it off. The Cloverdale Rodeo is probably what comes to mind, but not much else. But when they start looking around here, especially in the West Cloverdale neighborhood, most people really like what they see. And once you get the why, you'll see it too. Location-wise, West Cloverdale is one of the best positioned areas in the Lower Mainland. You're closer to White Rock, closer to Richmond, and right there you've got Highway 10 taking you east and west, and 176th Street taking you north-south very quickly. And here's a cool feature about this neighborhood that you just don't see in a lot of areas in Surrey. Over on the far west side, the neighborhood runs up to 163rd Street, where it meets the Agricultural Land Reserve. And under the ALR, that land can't be developed. No maybe about it. That land stays farmland, period. What that means is you've got a permanent buffer here. No through traffic, no random drivers cutting through. If someone's turning down your street, they live there or they're visiting someone who does. It's the kind of low traffic, peaceful vibe you usually only see in much pricier neighborhoods, and you can get it here for under $1.5 million. Another thing that stands out about this area, which I like, is the changing elevation. On the higher elevation lots, especially on the upper floors, you can look west out towards White Rock, and in some homes actually see the ocean. I've been in homes where people stop talking, totally blown away by the view. It's not something you'd expect at this price point. That being said, let me tell you what's going on in the neighborhood itself, because it's actually getting better. Cloverdale Athletic Park is one of those hidden gems. It's a massive sports complex, soccer fields, tennis courts, a basketball court, a spray park for the kids, picnic shelters, and plenty of pathways for walking and jogging. The city of Surrey is upgrading it too. They just awarded contracts for brand new turf fields and a new parking lot. And Surrey United Soccer Club is also building a new indoor turf facility, and it's set to open by the fall of 2026. If you've got kids into sports, this is a big deal. But the real surprise is that in the middle of this neighborhood, tucked away behind the residential streets, there's Bowes Forest Park. It's nearly 19 acres of old growth forest the city preserved. Nature trails, a wetland ecosystem, and a level of quiet that's rare for suburban parks. It's a little slice of nature, just minutes from everything. And if transit matters to you, the Surrey Langley SkyTrain extension is going to be coming down Fraser Highway with a Bakerview 166th Street station under construction and expected to open around late 2029. It's a roughly 5 to 10 minute drive from this neighborhood. Close enough to use when you want it, but far enough that you won't hear it from your backyard. For prices, West Cloverdale right now is around 1.1 to 1.5 million for a detached family home. Cloverdale has been one of the more active submarkets in the Fraser Valley, and homes here, if priced right, are moving fast. For buyers looking for quiet streets, real parks, and a permanent buffer from overdevelopment, this is a spot you want to check out. But before we get into neighborhood number 2, there's something worth pausing on. Right about now, you might be wondering if a move like this is actually within reach. And a lot of that comes down to knowing what your current home, townhome, or condo is worth first. If you own a home and you're thinking about upgrading to one of these areas we've been covering today, we'd be happy to jump on a call or pop by to give you a free home evaluation. You can find the link down in the description below. Now, the next neighborhood has a story the market's been telling us for about a year. Grandview Heights and Morgan Heights have always been the go-to spots in South Surrey if budget wasn't a factor. That's the reputation this area's built over the years. But right now, the market's doing something interesting. For a long time, Grandview Heights was where people went when they said South Surrey. Newer homes, amenities close by, everything feels well planned. But the price tag was high, with homes here regularly hitting 1.7 and above. For a lot of buyers, under 1.5 it just wasn't realistic. Well, the market correction has changed that math. You can actually find detached homes in Grandview Heights under 1.5 million now, which not too long ago would have been nearly impossible. The broader White Rock and South Surrey market is sitting in the low to mid 1.7 million range for detached homes, and that hides some real opportunities at the entry level. Right now, homes are popping up in the low to mid 1.3 million range. With inventory elevated and sellers motivated, getting into this neighborhood under 1.5 million is actually possible. That window won't stay open forever, but it's open today. So what makes this area so desirable? It's many things, but for one, the shopping and amenities here are top notch. Between Grandview Heights and the Morgan Crossing area, you've got pretty much everything you need from day to day. You got Thrifty Foods, Walmart, Earl's, Afghan Kitchen Restaurant, which by the way, if you haven't been there, you should go, and tons of other restaurants and services. It feels more like a well-stocked small city than just another suburban strip mall. And it's about to get even better. A new Costco has been approved, and not just any Costco, but Metro Vancouver's largest one, right near 164th Street and 20th Avenue near Highway 99. Surrey City Council approved the development in November 2025, and the project includes road improvements on 164th Street and a new roundabout. For a lot of families, this is a big deal, but what a Costco this size signals is even bigger. Long-term confidence in the area. Now, the traffic on Highway 99 through South Surrey is something buyers think about, and I get that, but there's good news, it's being addressed. The 20th Avenue overpass over Highway 99 is under construction right now with completion targeted for late 2027. This new 4-lane crossing will take a lot of pressure off existing routes, and it's going to make life a lot easier for anyone living in this neighborhood. Okay, so for families, there's one more awesome amenity you need to know about. The Grandview Heights Aquatic Center, which isn't your typical community pool. It's got an Olympic-sized 10-lane competition pool, a leisure pool with a lazy river, hot tubs, a water slide. For families with kids into sports, that's a major quality of life asset. And when it comes to schools, Grandview Heights has some of the best. Southridge School, it was recently rated around a 9.9 out of 10 for its elementary program by the Fraser Institute. There's also the newer St. John Paul II Academy, a co-ed Catholic independent high school which just opened. There's also brand new elementary schools scattered throughout the area and the newer Grandview Heights Secondary School as well. One of the best features of this neighborhood is its walkability. When you live near the shopping and amenities, I'll just walk over is something you'll actually do. The streets have real foot traffic. People getting coffee, running errands, meeting friends for lunch. It's got that small town feel with all the benefits of being close to everything. All right, that's Grandview Heights, the most polished of the 3 neighborhoods we're covering today. Now, the next neighborhood will catch you by surprise once you see the numbers. There's a reason Sullivan Station keeps coming up in conversations with serious buyers in this price range. It doesn't make the same headlines as some of the other areas in Surrey, but when you look at the inventory and the location together, the numbers tell a different story. When you mention Sullivan Station to someone who hasn't spent a lot of time there, they'll often go, yeah, I've heard of it, and leave it at that. But once you actually spend time in this neighborhood, you realize there's a lot more going on than the name suggests. Geographically, 152nd Street acts as a dividing line through the area. Worth knowing the difference on the 2 sides. West of 152nd, you got some newer homes on smaller lots, compact 2-story builds, a lot of them with laneway garages and efficient footprints. East of 152nd, you've got some older stuff. Lots get bigger, prices step up accordingly, and those usually push past 1.5 million to 2 million and above. You've got newer streetscapes right next to more established tree-lined blocks, giving the neighborhood a layered vibe you don't often find in master planned communities. Now, when it comes to active detached listings under 1.5 million, Sullivan Station consistently offers a solid selection at any given time. You'll find a handful in the under 1.2 million range as well. And occasionally you might even see something near or just over the $1 million mark. Real homes, real lots, not fixer-uppers tucked away somewhere out of context. That's genuinely hard to find in the Lower Mainland, and Sullivan Station is one of those few places where it's still possible. But if you're looking at something on the lower end of that range, you'll want to act fast. The good ones don't last. But the inventory is there if you're actively watching. So what does a day-to-day feel like in Sullivan Station? I'd say it's practical in the best way. One of my favorite spots in the area, West Village Cafe. And I'll admit, a client of mine owns it, so maybe I'm a little biased, but honestly, it's a fantastic place. It's a casual, welcoming kind of neighborhood cafe with great food, coffee, rice bowls, salads, and sandwiches. It's the kind of spot where you settle in for a long brunch on a Saturday morning, end up staying longer than you planned. And then there's a par 4 kitchen and bar, a bit of a unique spot. Has the indoor golf simulators, a full restaurant and a bar, and a sports lounge vibe. It's become a local favorite for after work drinks, group dinners, or just chilling out and watching a game. Now the upcoming SkyTrain is a bit farther from Sullivan Station than say the West Cloverdale area we talked about, but it's a relatively close car ride or bus ride to get to that Fraser Highway station. But for most people looking at a family home in this price range, that's a trade-off that feels reasonable when you consider everything else you're getting. The pricing here is genuinely compelling for the Lower Mainland. The median asking price for all property types in Sullivan Station is roughly in the high 900,000s with averages in the low 1.3 million range and above. The value to location ratio here is one of the best you'll find anywhere in Surrey. Okay, so the budget gets you in the door, but it's a neighborhood that'll decide if you actually want to stay. In a market like this, you finally have time and the inventory to make the right choice. If you're seriously looking at West Cloverdale, Grandview Heights, or Sullivan Station and want to know what's really worth your time right now, shoot me an email at info@moteam.ca. My team and I work with families in this price range every day, and I'll put together a clear picture for your specific situation. This buyer's market window is real, but it won't stay open forever. Now, if you like this video, I've linked a video here that breaks down which Surrey neighborhoods to avoid based on your priorities, including a red flag on one of the areas we just covered that surprises a lot of people. I also reveal where I'd personally choose to live in Surrey right now, and it's probably not the place you'd guess. Hey, thanks for watching. We'll see you again in the next one.